You've heard about them, you've seen them, NFTs. They're everywhere. This picture of an ape sold for $3 million. This rock sold for $1 million. This over here sold for $69 million. And if you think that's enough, this 12-year-old kid made $350,000 selling pictures of little whales. So if you think that NFTs are still a joke, then you're the joke. Because people are making big money creating, selling, and buying NFTs. So here's everything that you need to know about them to start trading NFTs for profit. So let's start by the beginning. What are NFTs? Well, they're non-fungible tokens. That basically means that they're unique and they can't be substituted. Money is fungible. If you give me $1, I can give you a different dollar. It doesn't matter. It's still worth the same. Now, there are many exact copies of Mona Lisa selling on Amazon for $10. You can print it, you can take pictures, you can hang it on your wall, you can screenshot it, but it's not the original. Even though you can have an exact copy of Mona Lisa, the original is in Paris and it is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Because it's non-fungible, it's unique, there's only one. And NFTs are unique because of that. They can't be replicated. They can be copied, but they can't be replicated. And it's a token because it's digital, it's on the blockchain, it's public, everyone can see it. But why are they valuable and why do people buy them? If I can just simply take a screenshot of it.
I'm always creating handmade goods and need an online store that makes it easy to add new products. So I just made a new crochet bag.
Here's a couple of reasons. Social proof, community, and as an investment. The same way that people buy a Lamborghini or a Gucci bag that costs $30 to produce somewhere in China and then they sell for $3,000, it's about social proof. And you might say, well, if I have a painting, a real painting, I can see it, I can touch it, I can hang it in my house. Yes, but no one can really see the painting in your house. But if you have NFT art, then everyone is and will be able to see your digital art in your digital house somewhere in the metaverse. Now, the metaverse is a topic for another video. The same way that our physical world is important to us, the digital world is becoming more and more important. And you might think this is stupid, but try to follow me here. An Instagram verified blue badge doesn't exist. There's nothing there. You can't touch it, you can't hold it, you can't smell it. It's just code. But they're extremely valuable. You'd like to have one, wouldn't you? It's social.
What in the NFT is going on here? Hey, everybody. Rich and Royal, welcome. You guys are in for a treat. If you didn't know, the world is absolutely changing, and I am so excited to be able to celebrate an amazing individual today who is embracing that change. In fact, he is benefiting off that change, and making sure that he is positioned to receive very profitable benefits. And he invited you to come along with him. So without further ado, let's get this rolled on the show, because we definitely want to get to the bag on this Money Making Monday. So for those who don't know me, let me introduce myself to some and present to others. I am Miss Moren UK, and I'm all the way in Manchester, UK. I'm not sure where you guys are in the world. Go ahead and drop in the chat where you are tuning in from. It's always good to connect. We are in a world now that we get closer together because of technology. And like I said, I've got so many things to show you, the digital revolution that we are currently in. So go ahead and drop where you're calling in from. You still have a moment to go and get some people on this call. I'm talking about your money makers. I'm talking about your wealth enthusiasts. I'm talking about people that really want to be on the right side of the wealth transfer. So if you know a friend, go ahead and tell them to tag up us and bring them on right now, because we are going to get into some amazing information. So you definitely want to have an open mind and an open notebook. But we're all about celebration tonight, because there's one thing here at Rich University UK is that we celebrate what we want to duplicate. Amen. Can I get a hallelujah? Okay. So today is very special, because I want to introduce to you somebody that, has definitely breaking barriers, breaking chains, Mr. Crypto Colin, who I came to know by way of the amazing sharpshooter Shalika Daniels, round about, I think it was summer of last year. Colin, you can come on in. Let me make you co-host as well. As everybody is still coming in here. Let me see if I can find you. We're definitely low tech, high check. So if I can do this, let me tell you guys, you definitely can. So amazing. Colin, there we go. I think I have you co-host on our television show.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Thank you for coming there. Thank you for joining the group. Yeah, it should be an amazing evening. It's not going to be long, but you're going to get some good information from Miss Moren. Miss UK.
Absolutely, Crypto Colin. Now, let's start at the beginning real quick before we get into the meat and potatoes. How long have you been rich for? When did we connect?
I connected first last year in April, and then I stepped back a bit, and I came back in from November. So from November to now, so the last 3.5 months, I've been back in the community.
Oh, amazing. So we're talking maybe around about, was it summertime last year, would we say, when we first connected?
April.
April. Wow, spring. Look, time flies, right? When you're rich. And so much has already advanced since then. And what I can say about you, Colin, like genuinely, I say it directly to you, is that you are so immensely coachable. You know, you keep an open mind. You don't block yourself with barriers of, you know, where you might be currently in your life, what you might not understand, but you're always willing to take a look and to make a move, you know, and to be guided. You know, you copy the right cats, you know, and I've seen your journey grow. Like before I kind of get into like how far you've come, what you've been tapping into, and what we're all tapping into at the beginning of this, you know, digital wealth transfer. I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago. So when you first kind of started, you really wanted to understand, you know, these money markets. For those who don't know, this is going to be a money conversation tonight. So, you know, definitely, if those of you know anybody who's looking for extra streams of income, who know anybody who just want to, you know, support this amazing Black man in this digital world, accumulating his share, then go ahead and get them to tap in, share the link, share the link, share the link. So, Colin, I remember a time when this was completely foreign to you. You know, you had no prior experience, right? Is that right?
That's right. That's completely right. Never had no experience of what a chart looked like or what certain terminologies were, pips and things like that. Never had no idea. But
you didn't know your Bitcoin from your USD, from your Fibonacci, right?
From Fibonacci, didn't know what from the other. I knew about Bitcoin, but didn't know that a Bitcoin had actual projects behind it, or different currencies had projects behind it, which make them go up or make them come down. So that learning, that information, I think is priceless. What the platform does give, the information is priceless. But the individual.
So, the reason why I say that, because I was absolutely blown away. I mean, lace front on the floor when you showed me, I think it was about a couple of weeks ago. We've been to, you know, the amazing crypto experience in London. Like it was a Ramajam affair. We had people that came all the way, you know, from the States, all the way from, you know, Holland, like Netherlands, Paris, everywhere. It was like 1,500 people in attendance, and we got to see in the flesh, you know, these master experts. It's one thing connecting like this, right, digitally, Colin. I know we're in a digital space, but it's another thing seeing something in the flesh and that energy. And I don't know what happened to you. You caught the blockchain Holy Ghost, because the next call that we had, you were showing me a chart with Fibonacci this, and you were telling me that Bitcoin was about to drop 500 pips and you collected 1,000 this. And for those who don't know, sidebar, pips is profits. Okay, we're gonna
pips are profits. It was one of the educators, Roy Robinson, and I followed him for about a week, less than a week, his strategy, and I picked up his strategy and the way he used Fibonacci. I've used Fibonacci before, but the way he put his settings in, it just resonated. It made sense, and then the market actually went to where he said it went to. Before that, I already had an idea of my support and resistance lines. So with the Fibonacci, it all seems to start to come back together. No, it's not easy. No, you're not going to get there tomorrow. But I've learned a lot in this short space of time. I know there's a lot more to learn within the academy.
Well, you've definitely been a student. I just want to kind of show you, I'm a very visual person, right? So I want to show you guys a little bit about what me and Crypto Colin are talking about right now, and how he's come to even be Crypto Colin. And what the heck is crypto anyway? Like, you know, how did we get here? You know, some of you might be familiar, you know, with the US dollar, with fiat currency, with paper money. That's what we know as currency today, right? Most of us can relate to that. That's what we've been taught, to exchange for goods. But we see this whole new digital world, this whole new revolution happening with something called Bitcoin. Somebody drop B's in the chat if you have heard of Bitcoin. If you have been sleeping under a rock, today you're definitely going to have the veil removed from your eyes, and we're going to bring you in, you know, to this financial future of your wealth, because the future of money definitely is digital. I kind of want to show you, when Colin says, you know, he's been following these different master educators and he's been able to, you know, do things on his phone. I mean, once upon a time, you know, our phone is something that we pay for. It was a liability, right? It wasn't really something that made us money. But this is what he's been able to transform his phone into. And tonight, you guys are going to find out exactly how. Let me show you guys this, if you guys can see. So what you're looking at on the screen is one of the amazing apps that we're able to use inside our academy, that allows you to turn pennies into dollars.
Today is a beautiful Thursday, 7:55 a.m.
Turn pennies into dollars, dollars into hundreds, and hundreds into thousands from your phone. And this is literally a free app on your phone. I'm not talking about Facebook or waste of time app. I'm talking about a real money app. How many of you have money apps on your phone? You've got apps to check the weather, right? You've got apps to, you know, order food. What about the apps to make you some money? So let's bring you guys up to speed real quick, because, you know, there's a lot of sauce in this kitchen. So I want to really share some of it with you. And I want you guys to download this. I'm going to give you a free game right now. Okay, I'm going to give you some free game right now. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Let's get rid of this. And like I said, as you guys are coming on, we want to hear from you. You can drop where you're calling in from in the chat. You know, you can drop any questions, etc. Let's see. So if you guys have a smartphone, okay. Some people say if your phone ain't making money for you, it's not too smart. So let's change that today. Let's give your phone a job. Who's ready to put their phone on job? Drop me in the chat if you're ready to put your phone on job. You guys are quiet. I don't know if I'm talking to the right wealth squad out here. You know, I like money makers in the house. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, Anita. Let's grow. Okay, so let's share real quick. Let's see if you will be able to see this. Share. Boom. Swipe on, baby. You guys want to go to your Google Play or your App Store right now and download Swipe Coin. This right here is a game changer. All you need to do is go ahead, type this in your search on your app, in your Apple Store or your Google Play. This is the emblem, and you're going to find out why this is life changing and how Colin is now able to tap into a whole $6.7 trillion a day marketplace because of apps like this, what he has access to. Aren't you so glad that you have a friend in crypto, Colin? So how did we get here? Like, what is this girl talking about? I mean, I came on here. Yes, I'm open-minded, but I'm a little bit lost in the whirlwind. I'm still trying to figure out what Bitcoin is. Have no fear. You know, help is definitely here. So this is Bitcoin right about now. Let's see. Bitcoin right about now is $37,941 per coin. Per coin. Oh, how did we get here? If we look at the entirety of Bitcoin, we can see it only just became 13 just at the end of last year. So this is an economy 13 years old. When it came into existence, one Bitcoin, this same one Bitcoin that's almost 40K right now, was literally less than a penny. Less than a penny. So I don't know if you know numbers and know money like I know money, but if you had the opportunity to invest in anything, to purchase anything that has increased from 1 penny to $40,000 in 40 years, wouldn't you, 40 years, in 13 years, wouldn't you agree that could be a good investment? And the great thing today is that Bitcoin is not the only one on the scene. You know, he's given birth to cousins, brothers, and, you know, we have what you saw at the beginning, something called NFTs. You keep hearing these words. What the heck is the metaverse? What does it all mean? And I want to put this into perspective for you and show you how we got here. You see, we're in the middle of a Ukraine-Russia war situation. You know, we're in the middle of recession. I don't know if you guys are aware, but this is the debt clock currently. This is that paper money that you hold in your pocket. What many of you would have went out to work at a good 9 to 5 for today. A depreciating asset, a depreciating liability at this time, because it's a receipt for over $30 trillion worth of debt. Yes, 30 trillion. In fact, what you think is a £10 note, you know, a £20 note, hasn't been worth that for almost 100 years. It's been declining. You know, inflation. Who knows what inflation is? It's robbing you of your purchasing power. 100 years ago, we can see that $100 bill, it was worth $100. But since then, look at this, down, down, baby, down, down the roller coaster. You don't have to know charts like I know charts, but you can see the decline right here. And the reason why Bitcoin is so special, why it's so important, is that it is hedging your bets against inflation. It is meaning that now you have a way for your money to appreciate in value rather than depreciate in value. And if you look at this right here, you can see a clear visual understanding of what's happening with your paper money in your pocket, in your purse that you're working for. The harder you're working for it, the less it's worth. So the more you're accumulating, you can do less with it. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a whole jack move. But where I come from, that sounds like somebody just clean robbed me, right? That just came out of the blue and just teethed me, right? So I don't know if you can understand the power of a Bitcoin and its cryptocurrency friends, but since its inception in 2009 and beyond, you can see that its value has increased, meaning you're getting more for the same exact thing. So the one Bitcoin that you had, you know, goes from being worth not a lot. You can see you couldn't get a lot for it in 2012, okay? We told you it was a penny when it came into existence. Just a year later, you can already fill half a basket of shopping. A year later, the basket's overflowing. We're talking today a 40K Bitcoin. You could buy Asda, okay? Never mind, you know, couple groceries, couple food supplies. That's not, you're not getting that anywhere. You're not getting that in real estate. You know, it's outperforming gold. It's outperforming every single asset class as we know it and giving birth to so many more opportunities. So excuse me if I seem a little bit excited and I'm going so fast, but when you're tapped in, when you know, okay? When you know better, you get to do better. But the truth is we don't know what we don't know. And why don't we know that? Well, the reason being we all had our education, I would say, in very similar beginnings. Shout out to those who went to public school or private school, you know, drop P's in the chat if that was you. If your education started either in a public school, like myself, I went to Trinity High School, hold tight on my Trinity High School, massive out there, and maybe you went to private school. The difference was with both of those, there were no guarantees in what would happen after you completed that education, okay? You generally send your children to private school because you want them to have better access to opportunities, right? You believe that if you pay for that education, you're gonna get a little bit more than what everyone's getting, kind of like a free-for-all. But the matter of the fact is, no matter where you started, in public or private, it landed you on this side of the wealth quadrant. Somebody say wealth quadrant. Who even knew that there was a wealth quadrant? Because these are the ways that money is moving. No matter who you are in life, you're going to find yourself on the left or the right. On the left, you have employees exchanging their time for money. Those of you who may be sitting in traffic right now from a job, okay, you learned that the way to make money was to exchange your time for it. That's 60% of this world. Then you've got on the other 35% that say, you know, I want to work for me and I want to be self-employed. Now, the epitome for some people is being a career person, like a doctor or a lawyer. I know if you came from, you know, West Indian or West African backgrounds, you know, that was kind of the standard. You have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, right? That was like, wow, you've made it in life. But they too are exchanging their time for money, because if the doctor doesn't show up for the surgery, they ain't getting paid. You know, if the lawyer doesn't go to court, you know, what they do is based on, what them showing up. So what happens is that they're time poor. They don't have necessarily a lot of time to do the things that they might want to do, like those who are over here on the right side. Somebody drop in the chat the right side, because unlike on the left, where 95%, that's more or less the whole entire world, are chasing 5% of the world's wealth, you got a very small 5% who have access to 95%. How the heck is this happening? What do they know that you don't know? Somebody say access, because what they have been able to do is access elite information and education like Crypto Colin, which means that now they can leverage their time. So while they're sleeping, they can have their money working for them. They can have business models and systems in place that work for them while they're not working it. Who likes the way that sounds? Who wants to know a little bit more about, about that lifestyle? Because I don't know about you, but those bills are residual. They're coming in thick and fast. And the more jobs that we're getting, it doesn't seem like we're getting any further ahead. Can anybody relate? I don't know who I'm talking to out there, but I know that there are definitely some people that want to learn how to put their money on job. I showed you the app that you downloaded, and now I'm going to show you exactly how we know what to do with it. So, welcome to the world of I Am Mastery Academy. This is a whole global movement that's 8 years old, that is at the top of its game, featured in Forbes magazine, that gives the average person like me and you access. You see, they didn't really want us to know. They didn't really want us to tap in and be able to grow our money, actually turn $10 into, you know, an uncapped amount. But inside this academy, they're showing us skills of the wealthy that they've had access to for years. And they literally show you from ground zero. So if you're somebody that says, okay, I don't know, you know, my maths was a bit shaky in school, like myself, that was where I was. You can literally come in here at ground zero level and go through the amazing academy step by step. You enroll today, and it will give you access to very short and sweet videos that basically show you, you know, how your money works. You'd be surprised the relationship with money, you know, that we have, because we don't really understand exactly what to do with it, you know, and how it really works and how it moves. But further to that, we get tools like something that you just downloaded right now, and being that was the Swipe Point app. We also have many other money tools. Seems like I don't know if you guys can see my screen. I think it's a little bit delayed. But you might say, okay, well, how do I know, you know, what to do? How do I know what I'm doing, what to buy, when to sell? Where do I get all this information from? Well, right here, look, it's telling you, you know, when to trade, what to buy, when to sell, you know, how to do a pending order, you know, how to do different types of analysis, how to have things automated and, you know, automatically set up, as well as access to what I love. This is my favorite. You get a whole TV network. A TV network where you tap into the best experts. I'm talking deca millionaires, center millionaires, these attractive people right here that are getting the bag, adding to their pot, but showing you how you can do it too. So you might be someone who, you know, isn't into the theory. That was me. I need someone to show me step by step. So I thought, well, who better to show me than those who have the results? And what you'll have access to, just like Crypto Colin, you can come in here into this amazing world, this digital TV network, and they're going to show you everything. So let's say you want to know about NFTs, okay, or what the heck the metaverse is. Well, let's see this guy right here, Metaverse Nick Gomez, who's literally every single Monday getting on a session with us and taking us into the metaverse. Look at this. Welcome to the metaverse. He now has a session where he's showing us exactly what NFTs are on NFT Tuesday. And you might be wondering, okay, Moren, slow down. Like, how the heck, what is the metaverse? Why do I need it? So I'm going to give you a super, super quick flyby tour of what that is and what that means and who's participating, because you might think that this is something that is optional. But the matter of the fact is, remember the time before you had cell phones? You didn't grow up with your cell phone, right? You know, your mobile phone. But imagine not having one today. You know, you'd find it very hard to communicate. We didn't grow up with even the internet. But imagine not having access to the internet today. And there were people when the internet first came about that thought it would never catch on, that thought, well, why the heck would I want to do, you know, online shopping? I'm more of a, you know, a in-person type of person. And now, you know, we had a lockdown for the last however many, 2 years, that has forced everything to go online. Okay. So I want to show you really quickly, some stats. Let me see if this will pull up about this thing called the metaverse. Okay, this is basically just an advancement of current technology where we are, advancement of the internet. Okay, 3D version. Whether you understand it or not, there is money being made in this metaverse, and there's a phrase that says early adopters get early benefits. So you already saw that 5% of the world right now have had access to 95% of the wealth. That was part of the old system. That was part of the fiat currency system. But what happens is that wealth doesn't leave the earth. It just transfers hands. And those who are in position, those who have the right information, that know the right people, are able to go ahead and catch that thing first. So those people who are positioning themselves right now in this new digital reality, like you can see, there's already 500 million being that has in sales in the metaverse concerning real estate. Yes, real estate, digital real estate, actual digital land. There are agents, there are people that work in this field or wanted to work in the field physically that are now in the metaverse, and they are making millions. They're making 5-figure and 6-figure commissions because most of the world don't even know what the heck is going on. And you most likely are one of them, which is why you better just give Colin a thanks that whoever invited you, that he brought you in on this big wealth move. 10 billion's already been invested in the metaverse. Who's heard of Facebook? Somebody drop S in the chat if you've heard of Facebook. that book of faces, that fast book that is all up in your business that you thought you'd never be on, but you've had a profile, your mom's got a profile, even your nan's got a profile. Well, they've completely rebranded. They're not even Facebook no more. They are Meta. Why? Because they understand what's happening with the metaverse and they've invested 10 billion. So what does Mark Zuckerberg know that we don't know? Already 10,000 jobs have been created inside of the metaverse. Okay, we're seeing, you know, an 800 billion projection just in the next 2 years. Guys, this is off the chain. Digital real estate is real and it's here to stay. So what basically this was the fly-by drive-by of digital assets. You know, people who are wealthy, what they do is that they have assets, not liabilities. They have things that accumulate in value rather than depreciate in value. And there are many different ways that you can accumulate your own digital real estate. We spoke today about cryptocurrency. You'll be able to learn inside our academy about NFTs and really tap into this metaverse situation. You know, you'll be able to buy digital property, buy digital land, and understand what that will mean for the future of you and your children's children, your whole lineage. So what I want to do real quick, I want to just kind of scale back really quickly and give you a quick understanding of how we got to know about this. So just like I've shown you inside our academy, we have these master educators, people who are at the top of their game in this industry, that as they are accumulating their assets, they show us what assets we should also accumulate. And we can tap in with them live in real time. In fact, let me just show you a little bit of what a session looks like. Because like I said, I am a visual learner, and the app that you download is SwipeCoin. They communicate with you through SwipeCoin when they are offline. So they're going to be telling you what assets to buy, like your Bitcoin, you know, like Ethereum, like things that you may never have heard of, but at the time when you are able to invest, they are pennies on the dollar. They're really, really cheap. Imagine being able to invest in Bitcoin, you know, when it was only, you know, $10. In fact, let me even show you what would have happened in the last year if you would have had access to this information really, really quickly. Let's see if I can refresh this, because it is a real good understanding of where we really are in the world and what we can take advantage of.
Here's what would have happened had you invested your $1,200 stimulus check that was first issued on April 12, 2020 into these top 10 most popular cryptocurrencies. $1,200 investment into Bitcoin today would now be worth $7,538. $1,200 investment into Ethereum would be worth $22,929. Into ADA would now be worth $76,363. Into BNB would now be worth $28,720. $1,200 investment into XRP would now be worth $5,873. Into Solana would be worth a whopping $210,389. Into Chainlink would be worth $8,544. Into Dogecoin would be worth $126,000. Into Litecoin would be $4,595. And a $1,200 investment into Terra Luna would now be worth $180,000.
I don't know if who that resonated with, but somebody right here had
how the
$1,200
economic machine works in 30
that time, what, April was it, 2020? And right now, you may not have the returns from that $1,200. I'm sure you've had many bills to pay, things that have been coming out of your income pot, but not having a way that your income is accumulating and growing. So what I want to do right now is show you the power of rich relationships, rich connections. You have a rich relationship today because you are connected directly to, you know, the amazing crypto Colin. In fact, let me go ahead and make sure that I've made everybody co-host that I need to real quickly, because sometimes it isn't what you know, but who you know. And I'm so happy and grateful that almost 10 years ago, I passed the line with somebody now known as the Bitcoin Mami, but at the time, she was somebody that had a heart for helping people. You know, she was somebody that had also achieved many things in her lifetime. In fact, let me give you some visual. I don't think I'm sharing screen, or am I sharing? I think I may be. Can you guys see my screen right now? Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
I can see the screen. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okie dokie. So what I want to do right now, as I said, I want to show you somebody who literally, because of this relationship, my whole life trajectory has been completely different. I met this amazing woman in Atlanta, Georgia, where she resides she's originally from New Orleans, a Hurricane Katrina survivor, a 4 times breast cancer survivor, somebody who has had a Lifetime Achievement Award from Barack Obama, and has achieved amazing things this whole time since I've known her, keeps growing and glowing, but taking us and the whole rich university community with her. She is none other than Dr. CHYNA BETHLEY, and she is here on the line today. Dr. CHYNA BETHLEY, the Bitcoin Mami, are you out there?
Hey, Miss UK. I am here. I'm so excited. This is a celebration today to be launching Crypto Colin. And you've always done an amazing job at just getting us so engaged and pumped up and fired up. And I want to just say thank you.
Thank you for that.
All the way to the United Kingdom. How are you, Crypto Colin? How you doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you, Jenny. I'm good, China.
We're so excited. I just want to say congratulations to you for making a decision, not just to start to grow your portfolio and to learn about this space that many people are really intrigued by, but also opening up the doors for many more that, you know, may not have known that this existed, and giving them an opportunity that's affordable, that's available for them to have some of the results that we just saw. UK, that was a phenomenal video and illustration to show if they would have had access just a few months back, what $1,200 could have done. I don't know where else you could put $1,200 that type of a return. And so I'm excited that finally we not only have access to the rooms, but that we're at the front of the line in this opportunity and helping so many families around the world. And so listen, I want to maximize time tonight. I know you guys have had an amazing opportunity to hear from, you know, Crypto Colin, to hear from Miss UK, and, you know, all of you guys are here for a reason. And I believe that you are here to make a decision. You're here to decide if this is the community that you want to grow with, develop with, and begin to really create some generational wealth with it. I want to just get straight to the point on why I said yes to this. 6 years ago, guys, 6 years ago, this wasn't popular. 6 years ago, we didn't have so much social proof. You know, 6 years ago, there wasn't commercials all over the TV talking about crypto. In fact, whoever was involved in this, people probably looked at us like we were crazy. But I thank God for his voice and him speaking to me in a time where I was really kind of lost. I didn't know what was next for my life. I knew what I was doing at the time wasn't working. And some of you may be able to relate. And I'm going to be very transparent in my story here, because sometimes when you see where we are, you saw the jets, you saw the lifestyle, but the truth is I wasn't there when I made the decision to say yes to this opportunity. I was in a space that was kind of low. I knew that I had great potential, but finances was really tight. I was really uncertain, and I didn't know what my next move was going to be. And I remember creating this amazing plan, this elaborate plan, a plan that I thought, you know, would be the thing that was going to get me out. Because a lot of times we go back to norm, or we go back to what's familiar. And I actually went back and I was like, okay, God, well, you know what? I know I've been on TV. I know I've made millions of dollars by your grace, but I'm going to go back to doing hair. I'm going to go back to doing what I know to do. And I was wise enough in that conversation with God to say, but Lord, if this is not the will that you have for my life, you know, I just want you to show me what is. And he showed me. The next day I got a phone call from my business partner who I had done great business with. We've made millions of dollars together. She's actually an economist by profession. And she started to talk to me about the foreign exchange market. She started to talk to me about, you know, exchanging one currency for another. And I had traveled to different countries around the world, but I didn't know what the heck she was talking about. I was completely oblivious to what Forex was. I didn't know, you know, what these money markets potentials was. And I quite frankly didn't think I could afford whatever she was talking about, because I wasn't really in that space financially anymore when she called me. And so I remember listening to her with a bit of confusion on my face. Some of you may be able to relate right now. Maybe you listening to this conversation and you like, what are they really talking about? You know, once again, there's so much more social proof now, from the, you know, Super Bowl and halftime shows and commercials everywhere, Bitcoin, ATM machines, NFTs, metaverse. I mean, there's so much more social proof, but some of this still may not resonate with you like it did not resonate with me. But I can tell you what did resonate with me. What resonated with me was the Holy Spirit saying, didn't you just pray for something yesterday? And sometimes the answer to our prayer doesn't show up looking like what we expect it to look like. See, I expected to go on with my plan the way I was going to go and do it. I expected that if he was going to bless me, he was going to bless me with something that I could recognize. I couldn't recognize this because he was taking me to a place that I had never been before. And so I challenge those of you that are looking for something real, that you want to be a part of the real financial revolution that's happening right now, the real wealth transfer that's happening right now, that you really, really take not just a serious look at this, but really get into a space of making a decision. You don't have to have all the answers tonight. I believe that it's going to be a bit of a process for you to get all of the answers, but I believe what most of you know now is that you probably need to incorporate this in whatever you're doing. This digital world is not slowing down and is not going anywhere. The metaverse is getting bigger. We've been able to acquire a lot of real estate, penthouses, land, businesses. I'm doing business in the metaverse. I keep this very close to me because I have meetings that go on inside of the metaverse where I literally put on this Oculus on my face and I'm now sitting in my digital office inside of the metaverse where I'm doing business meeting with people from all over the world. This is the future. And if you had an opportunity, maybe in the late 90s, to invest into the internet, knowing today what you know about the internet, what would you done? Most of you, it would be a no-brainer. You would have done something, even if you did not understand it all, because today you know that our whole lives is connected in some shape, form, or fashion to the internet. Well, guess what? A similar opportunity has presented itself to you tonight, but much bigger. In fact, cryptocurrency is now the largest adoption of any technology in human recorded history. This is us live inside of the metaverse, actually in my home inside of the metaverse here. You guys could see the branding everywhere. You can see I'm in there with people. A video is showing. I'm able to show presentations back then. I know it may be different and kind of weird, but this is us live inside of my home inside the metaverse. This is us looking at some of the real estate that I've been able to acquire, penthouses inside of the metaverse. Guys, people are purchasing properties inside of the metaverse. And so I'm telling you guys right now, as I head into my office there where I am doing business meetings, guys, with people all around the world, we're giving you an opportunity at a price point that will never be this affordable to say yes. Say yes to your future, say yes to your destiny, and say yes to be a part of the right community. So what does something like this cost? Access to phenomenal mentorship. I can tell you that part is priceless. Just having access to people who know how to audit these cryptocurrency coins, who know how to, know what to look for as it relates to utility so that you don't get taken advantage of. Many people, unfortunately, are being taken advantage of today. There are some red flags to kind of pay attention to and watch out for. For number one, if anybody is guaranteeing investments, that's not what you want to do. For number two, if it seems like all you have to do is put your money in and there's nothing else required, those are red flags, guys. Listen, you have to take on some level of responsibility for the wealth that you want to acquire. And so I can tell you, you can see here, Harvard University is already introducing this. How much do you think is going to be for Harvard to learn about this? So $2,700. And so I wonder for how long? Probably just a couple of weeks. And I'm telling you right now, Cambridge, as you guys could see, a 6-week online program, 4 to 6 hours per week, guys, $2,000, guys. And so when I look at what we provided to you guys, we not only are the creme de la creme, not only are we more affordable, but we offer more. We have 200 educators, apps and software like the ones that you've downloaded. And when you join us and select our elite package, it gives you access to the FRX Academy, the HFX Academy, and the DCX Academy. Not only that, you have access to the apps that you downloaded today, like Swipe Coin, Swipe Trace, Vibrata, Freedom, and Hourglass. And all of those tools right there are simply just opportunities to earn more money. So what does something like this cost? Well, normally $846 is what you would pay. But tonight, somebody type in the chat, tonight you get to save $521. And all you pay tonight for the elite package, which is our premium top package, is $324.94. When you pay that $324.94, it opens up a door for you to have access to academies that all position you to make more money. Now, once you pay the $324 tonight, which is the only thing that you would pay tonight, 28 days later, because normally something like this is $3,500 up front. But what we've done is we've broken them down into 12 installments. So you pay $324 tonight, and to continue continue your education, 28 days later, you pay $274. Now, what we've done with the $274 is position you guys for a scholarship. And what this simply means is that we know that the world is really wanting to learn about NFTs. The NFTs is a hot conversation. They want to learn about NFTs. They want to create their NFTs. What if you had a resource in your hand that when you refer someone, it gave you a benefit, it gave you a bonus? Well, you can earn our scholarship that will waive your monthly tuition when you simply just refer two students who want to learn about crypto, two students that want to learn about NFTs, about the metaverse. Maybe you want to purchase some real estate inside the metaverse. So what happens for your referrals, you actually get a reward of waiving your tuition. Now, I think it's extremely affordable, especially when we look at Harvard and Cambridge and the price point that they're charging you for much less. I think is affordable, but I do understand that some people may be in a different financial situation right now. And if you can use OPM, other people's money, to cover your tuition, why not get a scholarship, right? So we help you to actually get this scholarship by hosting calls like the one that you're on right now. Perhaps you want to get on to be the next person to launch your business. Well, the support that Crypto Colin has is the same support that you will have as well with Miss UK and myself, being able to really help you to launch your business. Now, of course, there's another option to this that allows you to build a digital empire. And this is really exciting because entrepreneurship is really big right now. And I don't think it's big because it's a trending topic. I really believe people want more freedom. They want to not just spend time on social media watching, but they actually want to have a link in their bio. And so if you're interested in a business, building a digital empire, get back with Crypto Colin, get back with Miss UK or whoever may have invited you tonight, and let them know, I'm hearing about some leadership positions. I'm interested in seeing what these equity positions offer and what the return could be for you to actually help us to build to 1 million families around the world. We're well on our way. We have hundreds of thousands of people that are already connected to our academy in 120 countries around the world. And the reward is really, really grand for those that decide to take advantage of building a digital empire with us as well. So with that being said, I am honored to be here with you guys tonight. I want to say once again to Crypto Colin, congratulations for launching your business. I'm excited for what it means for you, what it means for your family, and what it means for every single person that decides to get started with us tonight. I also want to mention this, for whatever reason, if you cannot get started with the elite package tonight, we do have the individual packages. You can get started with just DCX for $234 one time, and then $174 a month. I just want to put that out there because I believe what's most important is not how you get started, but that you get started tonight. So with that being said, back to you, Miss UK. I'm super excited. We're ready to celebrate every single person that's getting started with us.
Thank you, Dr. CHYNA. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Wow, wow, wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Listen, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get involved all over again. Crypto Colin, it's been an amazing, amazing pleasure. And like we're about to get to the bag tonight. I told you that this is a money making Monday. So we literally have one of our team training sessions where we get together, we look at these markets and we see what we can take advantage of, because the main thing that we're big on is community. You know, no one left behind. You don't just, it's not like traditionally where you might sign on to something online and you just get left to your own devices. We're literally going to look at what's working this week in the markets for each individual. And I know I've got some gems, you know, from all the way from the top, from the Dr. CHYNAs, you know, to the big boys. They're giving us the latest moves before you're even seeing it on social media, before you're hearing about it in those streets. We're already in, you know, before Facebook changed its name, we already knew what was going on, and we positioned ourselves to benefit before Elon and the list goes on. So if you're ready to really have a wealth community, let me say you found your tribe, and I'll be the first one to welcome you to Rich University. So it's been an honor and a pleasure on this Money Making Monday. Definitely make sure that you get back with the person that invited you, and I'll be the first one to say welcome to the right side of Rich, both from me and the Bitcoin Mami. So take care, guys, and we will see you on the right side of Bitcoin. Let's go.
Thank you, Miss UK. I'll see you at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, see you at 9 p.m. Woo, woo.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Hey.
They call me Bitcoin Mami. You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can't never find me. Bitcoin Mami. me. You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet.